Hello, and welcome to the Bobcat Bulletin. I'm Jordan Salas.
And I'm Armando Rodriguez. Today we'll be covering everything from Thanksgiving traditions to testing anxiety.
Do you have any Thanksgiving traditions? Up next, we will hear from 4 students about their favorite traditions.
With fall break right around the corner, many students are preparing to travel home to spend time with their families for Thanksgiving.
Man, it's really about the meal. It's just hanging out all day in the kitchen, talking, catching up with the people that are coming in from out of town.
We get in a circle, and before we pray, we all go around and say like something that we're thankful for, like in the future and in the present.
We all go and play a water balloon fight in the backyard, actually. Yeah, it's a weird one, but that's what we do.
My favorite Thanksgiving dish is chocolate pie because when I was younger, my grandmother would make it all the time, and she actually gave me the recipe. So it's like one of those family traditions that we have.
Thanksgiving, try creating new traditions with your loved ones. For Bobcat Bulletin, I'm Amaya Palmer.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? Next, we'll hear from students on campus what their favorite Thanksgiving dish is.
Bobcats, I'm Meadow Perez, and I will be asking students on campus what their favorite Thanksgiving dish is.
My favorite Thanksgiving dish is broccoli cheese casserole.
It's a tie between mashed potatoes and ham.
The rolls.
I would have to say collard greens, the turkey, and then sweet potato pie.
For sure have to be mac and cheese. My uncle's mac and cheese specifically.
Because it just reminds me of like Thanksgiving time. Like last year my aunt forgot to make it and it just didn't feel like Thanksgiving at all without it.
Because they're always just so good and buttery.
Mashed potatoes because it's an easy dish and it was the first recipe that my mom taught me. And ham because my uncle makes really good ham. And it's like better than the turkey every time, so.
It just slaps. Like, I don't even know what other things to say.
It's because it's made for my mom, and then also it's good, so.
I hope you and the rest of these students on campus get to have your favorite Thanksgiving dish. Have a fun and safe holiday. For Bobcat Bulletin, this is Meadow Perez.
The Bluebonnet Lions Club of San Marcos hosted their 19th annual Thankful Turkey 5K this past weekend at First Baptist Church. On Saturday, runners pushed through the rainy conditions for the chance to win prizes including holiday pies, turkeys, and hams. The top 3 male and female finishers in 9 different age groups were presented with medals and grand prizes. Each finisher was also given an annual race t-shirt and participation medal. Each runner was also entered into a random raffle for the chance to win various gift cards to local restaurants and shops. The Lions Club also used their event as an opportunity to collect monetary and canned donations for the Hays County Food Bank. A kids race was also scheduled but was canceled due to the cold temperatures and heavy rainpour throughout the morning. Luckily, all who participated were in good spirits and partook in the indoor gathering following the end of the 5K.
Last Wednesday, radiation therapy students, Colleges Against Cancer, the Clinical Lab Science Program, and Be the Match teamed up to spread cancer research awareness on campus. Tables were set up in front of the UAC archway and filled with the presentations, activities, and games for visiting students. Each presentation focused on a specific cancer and had information about the importance of regularly getting checkups. Visiting students also got a cancer awareness passport to fill up when visiting each booth. 107 students participated and finished the Cancer Awareness Passport. Those who finished received a t-shirt and a chance to win $100 or an iPad.
We will continue right after this break.
Stay with us.
San Marcos is home to many deer with a dense deer population. Up next, we will hear how to steer clear from them while driving.
According to MoneyGeek.com, about 1.5 million deer car accidents happen every year, causing 175 to 200 fatalities and 10,000 injuries annually. The chances of being in a deer car accident increases from the end of October through the first couple weeks of November, which is directly linked to the start of the rut. The rut is a term for deer breeding season. During this time, you can expect to see increased activity of bucks as they recklessly chase after does or spar with other bucks over hierarchy. Be especially cautious when driving at late hours, dusk, and dawn in areas known for having deer activity. If you see one deer, it is likely there are others nearby, and if you happen to encounter a deer in your headlights while driving, it's recommended to firmly apply your brakes and do not swerve, as this could lead to a more severe accident. In the event you hit a deer, you should notify the appropriate authorities. For emergency situations, dial 911. Stay safe out there, Bobcats. I'm Sammy with the Bobcat Bulletin. Back to y'all in the studio.
Have you ever been to Purgatory Creek, a recreation area with scenic overlooks and a trail system from hiking and biking? Let's hear more about it.
Have you ever wanted to hike or bike in San Marcos but couldn't find the right place? Do you have a dog that just wants to get out and run? The adventurous side of you can be satisfied for free at Purgatory Creek Green Space, located off of Hunter Road. Purgatory Creek is a recreational area with scenic overlooks and a trail system for hiking and biking. The trailhead has a 30-car parking lot and other accommodations that include a public restroom fitted with full amenities, trash and recycling bins, and free dog poop bags. That is if you agree to follow the rules of the park, which are reasonable and mostly common sense. The area is safe, but there are wildlife you will have to be ready to encounter while out on the trails. The nature area has over 10 miles of rolling trails, great for walking a pet or riding a bike. Information about wildlife is also present along the path, with fun facts about each species. Trails are wide and well kept. There are even trails that are off the main path, but these are mostly biking trails, with much increased difficulty when compared to the walking trails. So if you are looking to get active or just stay active, Purgatory Creek Nature Area is a great free option for a day off. Liam Capwell, back to the studio.
Overlooking Jim Wacker Stadium is the Dan and Cindy Diepenhorst Champions Club, one of the most unique viewing experiences that is offered while watching the Bobcat football team is a couple hundred feet above the field. The club features a fully functional bar, a complete kitchen, 4 rows of open-air seating, and 20-plus flat-screen TVs. Along with promotions of future expansions of the athletic facilities, Bobcat fans have a total game day experience. If fans want to sit with the rest of the crowd outside or follow games around the country in the 2 lounge areas of the Champions Club, is a football fan's paradise.
Taylor Kennedy, a graduate student and basketball player, passed the record for the most all-time assist passes this past week. Let's hear more about it.
Graduate student and guard Kenny Taylor set a new record at Texas State's Bobcat game against Arlington Baptist on November 15th. Taylor passed Shelly Borton, who held the record for the most all-time assist passes. Taylor has been credited with 597 passes in just 114 career games. She has more than 230 career assists ahead of the next closest athlete in the Sun Belt Conference. Head coach Zanir Antoine, when asked about what Kenny Taylor achieved after the game, she said, "I thought Kennedy to be able to achieve this career milestone at home in front of her friends and family is truly remarkable. To become the all-time assist leader at Texas State is really special." Taylor was also asked how she felt about her achievement after the game, and she said, "It feels amazing to be able to accomplish this. I really just have to shout out to all my teammates I currently have and had at my time here at Texas State." And with that, I'm Julian Hernandez, Bobcat Bulletin.
The Texas State Innovation Club and drone storytelling class met at the front of Old Main to learn about first-person view drone flying. Commonly known as FPV drones, they are built to be agile and fast. They are the new answer for complicated film shots, acting in place of helicopters or film cranes. The session was led by former Texas State student Ben Kaling, who is now a full-time commercial drone pilot. He discussed important lessons for students like how to take care of your tech, freelancing, and recommendations for starter drones. A great opportunity for students to learn about new emerging innovations. All right, Bobcats, we'll see you right after the break.
Stay tuned.
Feeling anxious about upcoming finals? Let's hear more about how to handle test anxiety.
With finals coming up, many students are beginning to prepare for their exams, but some students struggle with test anxiety. Let's hear from Seth Savoy about how to handle feeling stressed about exams.
My name is Seth Savoy. I use they, them pronoun. I'm a doctoral psychology intern at the Counseling Center. I was given free range. I would say from my experience working with students, the three I would think are most important. One is to challenge unhelpful thinking. Second thing is relaxation strategies. So those anxious thoughts are going to cause some physical reactions. And I think it's important to have techniques in place for yourself that you've practiced in advance that you can use during the test, such as deep breathing, right? The third one is self-compassion. We're not really good at that, right? We're really hard on ourselves when things are really important. And I think really being more compassionate towards yourself, being your biggest cheerleader, verbalizing that to yourself and changing some of that negative self-talk, especially as it relates to exams, can make you feel a lot better.
There are many resources for students struggling with test anxiety at the Counseling Center and online at counseling.txst.edu. For Bobcat Bulletin, I'm Anna Ward.
Do you know the history of the Texas State campus? Next, we will take a look into Texas State's architecture and its historical buildings.
Opening its doors in 1903, Texas State's historical campus is known for its beautiful and unique architecture. Widely known for the LBJ statue unveiled in 2006 and the Fighting Stallion statue gifted to the university in 1951, students come across these sculptures every day for good luck and free speech. The famous arch is often featured in graduate photos with a look into the city. But perhaps one of the most noted architectural pinpoints is Taylor Murphy Hall. First built as the university's Fine Arts Building in 1951, the building was named for Southwest Texas faculty members James Taylor and Retta Murphy. Students can see the colorful tile on the floors and walls as they enter the building. The structure surrounds a courtyard with a gentle fountain and plenty of greenery to go with the colorful nature of the building. And the campus is home to many more specialty architectures throughout. I'm Katie Mackey, back to Bobcat Bulletin.
The LBJ Museum, located on downtown's historic square, commemorates the formative role LBJ's years as a college student and the role he played in the landmark Great Society legislation. Let's hear more about it.
What's up, Cats? I'm Katie Carpenter, and I'm here outside of the LBJ Museum right on the downtown historic square of San Marcos. I've never been here before, so I figured I'd take you on a tour with me. Let's get into it.
The LBJ Museum commends Lyndon B. Johnson's years as a college student and teacher here in Texas that's helped shape his ideals for the landmark Great Society legislation that he passed as the 36th President of the U.S. between November of 1963 to January of 1961. This museum has many interesting artifacts that include pens LBJ used to sign many pieces of legislation with, as well as the desk he sat at when he signed them. One of his suitcases that has his signature on it and his chair used as a senator can also be found here. Along with that, I also found merchandise from his many governmental campaigns and a vintage voting machine from the 30s. There's also an upstairs floor dedicated to LBJ's wife, Lady Bird Johnson. There were many pictures and statues of President Johnson, along with some of his hats and cutouts from local newspaper articles and posters. Overall, I had an entertaining and an informative time here, and the staff was very fun. If you're interested in the LBJ Museum, it's located at 131 North Guadalupe Street, right on the square, and it's open Thursday through Saturday, 11 to 5. For the Bobcat Bulletin, this is Caden Carpenter.
Want to know what it takes to be a track marshal? Next, we'll hear from Daniel Escobar about his experience.
The city of Austin welcomed 500,000 fans last month to the United States Grand Prix. Hosted by the Circuit of the Americas, the 3-day event can run smoothly thanks to our track marshals.
Hi, my name is Daniel Escobar. I'm a Texas State student, and I'm a Circuit of the Americas marshal. I got into track marshaling by volunteering at Harris Hill Raceway, my local track in San Marcos. And from there, I just met people that worked at Circuit of the Americas, and they brought me into the team. And I do anything from regular track days at Circuit of the Americas to F1 weekends, which is the biggest weekend of the year. Usually the teams get there Wednesday, Thursday, set up all their stuff. And then Sunday is the race, the one that everybody is there to see. The atmosphere feels incredible. It's the energy builds up throughout the weekend. You know, once you get to Sunday, like a few minutes before the race, like you feel that energy from the teams and the people, and it's just incredible. Everybody's there to see these $1 million cars go around. When the race is over, everybody just runs into the track. They can like walk around. We call it the zombie horde, us marshals, because it's just craziness. People will try to sneak into places they're not supposed to be. People are climbing the fences and like stealing the signs, the DRS signs, the breaking board signs. It's pretty wild. I did see Ed Sheeran and Green Day. It's a blast. I like Green Day a little bit better. And DJ Diesel Shaq, right after the podium. My man was killing it. He was making me dance. He was hyping up the crowd. It was awesome.
I'm Ray. Back to the studio.
Going to open mic nights can be intimidating. Having tips and knowing what to expect will help you on your open mic night. Let's hear more about it.
It's a secret, it outshines the day. Only when you're close to it, notice anything.
Have you ever thought about going to an open mic night? Not sure where to start or what to expect? Performing at an open mic can be a great way to practice in front of an audience.
One artist sharing in front of another, and then lo and behold, they have something in common. And then they're sharing phone numbers and talking about jamming out later. That's what I'm all about. I love that kind of thing.
Here's some tips for new artists from open mic host Vance Loggins, and then hear from special guest Matthew Ostrander.
If you have a song and you're wanting to get it to the completion before you share it, maybe sharing it is going to be what gets it to completion.
My name's Matthew Ostrander. I'm out here playing open mic nights. This is basically a rehearsal for me scratching nerves off for singing in front of strangers in an incredibly intimate environment. I used to tour with a band called Blue October. I was their lead guitarist. I still write with the band and hang out with them. Ultimately, I grew up playing in the youth worship band at church. So if someone just starting out in music, tips. Fall in love with whatever you're doing. So if you're a guitarist, eat everything up. If you're a writer, write as much as you can. First takes are never going to be right. Third takes are never going to be right. And honestly, you're never going to really feel like it's right. You're going to always feel that you can do better. So what I would say is accept the fact that you're a flawed human pursuing something that's in here and is this perfect, immaculate thing. And accept that and just like really unpack as much as you can that interests you. And the more you do that you love in a challenging way, the better you'll be. And just do it because you love it. Otherwise, it's entirely too hard. If you're not doing it because you love it, it's too hard of a lifestyle.
Yes, I know. Girl, let me know. Yeah. I've had a couple mistakes I made. Anything I caused. Never mind the games we played. Can we just get along?
If you're an artist just starting out or you're looking to have a chill night of entertainment, come check out the Ludes and Lullabies open mic night at the Davenport every Tuesday at 8 p.m., hosted by Vance Loggins. I'm Sammy with Bobcat Bulletin. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you for watching. This has been Bobcat Bulletin. I'm Jordan Salas.
And I'm Armando Rodriguez. Join us next week for another broadcast. Have a great day.